Lesson 248. Whatever suffers is not part of me.
Hi there. Have you ever pondered the true nature of suffering? What if the Holy Spirit itself came to you to tell you that the part of you that suffers is not real, that it is just an illusion? Let's open our minds today to what Lesson 248 has to reveal about this intriguing topic.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
I have disowned the truth. Now let me be as faithful in disowning falsity. Whatever suffers is not part of me. What grieves is not myself. What is in pain is but illusion in my mind. What dies was never living in reality, and did but mock the truth about myself. Now I disown self-concepts and deceits and lies about the Holy Son of God. Now am I ready to accept him back as God created him, and as he is.
Father, my ancient love for you returns, and lets me love your Son again as well. Father, I am as you created me. Now is your love remembered, and my own. Now do I understand that they are one.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
In other words, here's another profound truth to contemplate. You may already be familiar with the concept that the world we see is an illusion, but have you ever considered that there are parts of us that are illusions as well? Through the experience of living in the physical world and identifying with our ego, we've forgotten the truth of who we really are, or in the words of today's lesson, we have disowned it. We have disowned the truth of what we really are. An extension of God's love. Now, let's disown the illusion instead.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
The parts of us that grieve, that suffer, or that feel pain are just illusions in our minds. When we suffer, we see something that is not there with a part of us that isn't real.
Lesson 6. I am upset because I see something that is not there.
Hurt, sadness, suffering, and pain are just tricks our minds play. This is not the deepest truth about us. Our divine nature cannot suffer and cannot even die. What seems to die was never truly there to begin with. It was simply an illusion presenting itself as truth. Now it's time for us to let go of false ideas and illusions about who we truly are. That doesn't mean denying our emotions. Emotions might need to be felt and released. But now it's time to accept the truth of who we are, as God created us, unchanging and eternally the same. We can acknowledge and honor the human experience, in joy as well as in suffering, but let's recognize once and for all that our deepest truth is another one. We are and remain as God created us.
Lessons 94, 110, and 162. I am as God created me.
As we accept and embrace this understanding, the love that is what we are can flow back within ourselves.
Lesson 229. Love, which created me, is what I am.
And so, we can remember the love of God and the love within ourselves. And we can see that they are one and the same.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
Isn't that enlightening? Isn't it profound to realize that our suffering isn't really part of our core being? That our pain isn't part of what we are? Can we profoundly accept today the truth that we are love and our love is the love of God? Remember to keep practicing in the morning and evening as we've been doing, and take a few moments every hour, and whenever you feel tempted, to remind yourself of today's idea.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
As we progress through the section What is the World in the workbook for students, we see how today's lesson aligns with the teaching that the world and all its suffering are illusions stemming from the belief in separation from God. True suffering, grief, pain, and death are not real. They are misperceptions of the mind that deny our divine reality. By disowning these false concepts and illusions, we remember our true nature as the Holy Son of God, created in eternal peace and love. As we let go of these illusions, We embrace the truth that we are as God created us, untouched by suffering and eternally one with Him. This realization frees us from the false world of fear and suffering, allowing us to return to the peace, joy, and oneness that are our true reality in God. But if you missed the introduction to this section, keep an eye out for the video link that'll show up on your screen at the end of this video. Or click on the link to section 3 that you'll find in the video description below.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
Whatever suffers is not part of me.
You're on the right path, and you are doing great. See you tomorrow for another powerful lesson. Quick note before you go. Making these videos is a labor of love, but it's still financially challenging. If you've found value in what you've watched, please consider supporting with a donation. Even the humblest contribution means the world and ensures the continuation of these daily lessons. Thank you for your generosity.
Did you enjoy the video and find it helpful? Please give it a like and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have a new lesson every day. And if you've been with us for a while, please consider supporting the channel. There's a lot of love behind these videos. Check out the video description for more details.